Let's do a base tutorial. You guys have asked me about this before, so let's get into it. Now, this is what I do when I need just a go-to base that I know is going to last me all day, and I'm not really filming anything special where I have to use different base products. Like, these are my go-tos, my most repurchased, and stuff I keep on backup. Can you tell I love this primer? This is the e.l.f. Power Grip with niacinamide. I am almost out of this one, but I literally have one on backup at all times. Now, I did not mention this, but brows, I just kind of use whatever like Stronghold brow gel. The one I'm using at the moment is NYX The Brow Glue Crazy Lift. And then my favorite brow pen is the NYX Lift and Snatch. I do have this on backup. That is a must for me. It even beats out my high-end brow pens. Now, I typically use a brow pen on a day-to-day just so I can do like hair-like strokes in the front. Brow pencils I use sometimes. I just kind of go back and forth with my moods on that if I want to use a brow pen or a brow pencil. Now, skin tint, Maybelline Superstay Skin Tint here. I have the shade 118. I've already used up a bottle. This is my second one, and I have two in my backup drawer. Do you think I'm obsessed, or... This is one of those skin tints that actually has coverage to it. And even though I have oily skin and this one is a little bit glowy, it still works. I don't look like a grease ball. And somehow it lasts on my oily skin. I'm not going to question it because I really like this one. And it's one of those products where I could do a more natural look. I could do a full glam, could do a soft glam. It doesn't matter. This is going to work for whatever I need. Speaking of working for whatever I need, natural day, full glam, soft glam, whatever it is, Tower 28 concealer. This I am literally scraping the sides of. I do have one on backup already. Like I said, all these products are on backup except for the cheek products. I have not put those on backup just yet. I think I'm gonna need to here soon though. Also, on light makeup days, I will use this concealer, kind of like foundation, and it is so beautiful. I wish this came in a bigger bottle. I'm going ham on my chin right now because I have under the skin breakout starting right here, and yeah, that's not fun. Now, do I use a lot of concealer? Yes. Am I partially stuck in 2016? Possibly, but it is fine by me. And then of course I do let it sit for a minute, thicken up, and then blend. And if you are curious about tools I am using, like these sponges are the Paw Paw sponges. These are what, I think like $1 a piece. I just recently got a pack on Amazon of I think 6 of them for like 10 bucks. And then also from Shop Miss A, the AOA Studio puffs. These are my favorite. They are plushy, but they don't really absorb product too much, because I know some of them do. Like, I tried out the e.l.f. puff and I didn't really like that one because it just absorbed all the product and I barely got any on my skin. So those are my absolute must-haves. Like, I have them on deck at all times. Can we see why this is my go-to now? Bronzer, this is a non-negotiable. Like, this is my most used bronzer, and you probably can't really tell because it lasts a long time. Like, you don't need a lot of it. This is the Rare Beauty bronzer stick in the shade Happy Soul. Like, I've used a decent amount of it, but there's still so much more. I love this. It is just so quick and easy. Like, you don't need much. It just glides onto the skin, and blending it out is also so easy. And then I've had this brush forever, and this is the one that I use on a daily basis. This is the Made by Mitchell MF4. And it is just so pretty. It melts right into the skin. And then if you get a little carried away with blending like I do, I just take whatever is left of the skin tint on the sponge and just clean up underneath. It's very subtle once you put powder and everything on, but in the best way possible. It just looks like you're naturally bronzy, and I love that. Now, for blush, what I normally use is either one of these. This is the MAC Glow Play Blush and Blush Please. And then we have the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush in the shade Worth. So you can kind of see they're similar tones. It's like a brown, rosy, mauve-y type shade. These are just beautiful everyday blushes. These are my absolute favorites, and I don't think I could live without these. But Maybelline just came out with these Cloud Cheek and Lip Mousses, and the shade I have is Enchanted Mauve. It's more rosy than these two, but I really want to try this one today. But no, normally it's either the MAC or the Rare Beauty. Today we are trying something different since I have it. So I'm going to pick up a little bit on my finger first and apply it that way rather than dipping my brush into the pot. So we're just going to start out with a little bit, see if these are pigmented. Okay, so actually when this blends out, it's very similar. Is it exact to what I normally use? No, but it is very similar, so you definitely get the idea. And yes, I do put blush on the tip of my nose still. That's just who I am. I am going to go in with a little bit more of this because it is a little bit more of a sheer formula, but I'm not mad about that. It definitely is beginner friendly, so you don't overdo it on the blush and look like a clown. But I am going to add just a smidge more because once I put powder on top, you're not really going to see too much of it showing through like you are now. I actually really like this, and I might have to pick up another shade. If they have another shade kind of similar to what I normally use, that would be great. But this one, honestly, I'm not mad about. So I am going to go ahead and swatch the MAC and the Rare Beauty so you kind of get the idea here. So here's the MAC. Yeah, you can see it's very similar once it's on the skin. And then Rare Beauty. Yeah. Now, go-to powders, I either use the Kimchi Chic Puff Puff Pass and Translucent. I absolutely love that one. I have it in the standard size, the mini size, the jumbo size, or it is the one size translucent setting powder. I have both of those on backup. That is just how crazy I am. Do I need that much powder on backup? Probably not, because that's not the only one I have on backup either. I also have the Laura Mercier. That is another go-to for me. Again, I might be stuck in 2016, but it's okay. So I will use my puff with this. Really load it up and press it into the skin. Obviously, make sure you have no creases before you do this. Do not set creases. But I feel like it's either this one or the Kimchi Chic that I use just on like a daily basis when I know I need a good base. Like I was saying, like if I'm going out to dinner with my husband, I want a good base, right? So it's something like this that I'm always doing. And then I just kind of do whatever for the eyes and the lips. That's always changing for me. But again, when I need a good base, this is what I'm doing. This brow is being funky today. I trimmed them up last night and now they just want to act weird. So we're going to ignore the fact that the brows are acting a little funky. I am going to go in and fix them up. But you can already see how pretty that base is, and we're not done just yet. So before I put my powder away, I am really working some powder into the puff here, and then we're going to set this off to the side. And yes, I do powder over my brows, but then I like to take the brow pen and just add a few darker hairs, and it adds dimension because you have different shades of your brow product in your brows. I like the look of this, but do whatever works for you. Go-to highlighter, non-negotiable. Since Jaclyn Hill's brand went under, I used to use Iced all the time, but very similar and possibly even better than that is the Benefit Cookie Highlighter. I have used a couple of these up. Like, I've had different face palettes from Benefit, and I've used 2 of them up in that way. This is my first like full-size individual one. And I'm very scared of running out of this, but also it has lasted me so long. And there for a minute, I was using this every single day, and there's not even pan showing yet. Now, recently in my videos, I've been doing cream bronzer and blush and then topping it with powder bronzer and blush. But on a day-to-day basis, it's probably just cream because it looks a little more natural, especially after setting spray. So this is typically what I do. Now, do I like to do both when I want a really glam moment? Absolutely. But on a day-to-day basis, that's not what I'm doing. Setting spray is going to be a little bit different each time I do this, but right now I'm trying to use this one up, this Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the OG before they reformulated, but if you want the same thing, get the Skindinavia. They have a bridal setting spray, and it's literally the same as this. So I just set everything down, start fanning this dry. Right now I'm just using my mirror because I broke another handheld fan. How? I don't know. And then my chargeable fan, I keep forgetting to charge it, so there's that. Now, while this is still a little bit damp, I am taking this puff, tapping off the excess powder on the back of my hand, and anywhere my pores are a little too big, I am pushing this in, or anywhere I get oily, and then also like right up against that nose contour, just to make it look a little better. And this is how I get a nice flawless base. And a lot of this is affordable products. And then while that's still wet, whatever highlighter I have left on the brush, I'm just hitting my cheekbones again, or anywhere else I want a little more glow. And this is the base. I'm actually about to film a random eyeshadow palette video, so that's why I wanted to do a base tutorial real quick with you guys. But this is, again, my go-to base. I'm obsessed with this. Like, if you see me out in public in real life, this is probably how my face is gonna look. Like, this is just, again, a go-to easy base routine for me. And I'm absolutely obsessed. I've been doing this almost a year now, the same way. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like any kind of makeup content, I do a bunch over here. So definitely like and subscribe before you leave. And make sure you check out that random eyeshadow palette video. You'll be seeing that very soon. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.